What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It has been a while, and it's good to be. It's not even that good to be back. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really miss making YouTube videos that much. Kind of hate StarCraft, but some big things have been happening in SCW, so I decided, fuck it. The final tournament's coming up. Let's cast some of these games. Got invited to cast that final tournament with a $1,000 prize for first place. So I will be casting that as well with, I think, somebody, I don't know, I got a super foreign message with some broken-ass English in my inbox requesting, or asking if I wanted to do it. So I said, yeah, fuck it, I'll agree to do it. I haven't seen many games from this guy, #1 season. I'll put up his rank right now, his score and all that shit. Same with Jose. Both players. Yeah, go through Korean versus the shithead Jose. But Jose is one of the few foreigners who can compete with the high APM Koreans here. And yeah, Teang K is a high APM Korean. Looks like he's going to go for a Nexus first here versus the standard hatchery. The choke here. He does get that Overlord before the spawning pool, so that is a little bit greedier, going to be a little bit later pool. Fortunately for him, and not going to matter too much as Nexus first is from our Protoss. Going to follow this up with a single gateway instead of a forge. Typically, it is Nexus, forge, gateway, 2 gas, but we'll see if he is adjusting. Going to go for maybe a 4 gateway. Going to add some gateway pressure here, at least 2 gateways here. Going to look like he's going to add a 3rd gateway here. So is going to be applying a lot more pressure here instead of teching up right away. Which, yeah, can be good if you're not scouted right away. This can be risky if you are against a Terran, though, and you are scouted right away. You are not going to have anything. You're going to have to use your probes and wait for those zealots to get out and hopefully prevent any of those bunkers from going up. Meanwhile, we have the shithead Jose down here, but throw down his first sunken colony. Only going to throw 1 drone down here. Since he has not been scouted, he can be a little bit more greedy than usual. If you're scouted right away by a probe within the first 2 minutes, you're going to have to send maybe 3 drones down here. But Jose going to... Jose, I'm sure, has played this guy before too, so he's going to know that if he hasn't been scouted this early, that most likely there is not going to be any crazy pressure, because you have to, if you're going to be pressuring really early, you're going to have to scout really early, especially versus a Zerg. So Jose going to now send his 2 lings out to scout. This probe has not had any luck just sending a single probe down the incorrect way. Jose is going to scout his opponent, does have his gas down. Gas has been started here for Mr. Teang, just getting that core down now. The Zergling is going to come in here, going to scout exactly what's going to go on. Does just escape that zealot, not paying attention there fully from Teang. Probably rallied there. Is going to send that back. Jose going to keep that alive to get the scout off. Second Zergling going to come in here, and he just wants to keep those alive. But Jose, being the shitty low APM scrub nub that he is going to let that first ling die. Second ling though is in here, is going to start getting a little bit of scouting information off. Jose, meanwhile, now has added 2 more sunken colonies. Maybe going to get an Evo chamber out here so he can prevent some run-bys, and he's going for a very quick lair. So Jose going to try to out-Korean the Korean, it looks like, and go for some mutas here, I would imagine. Don't normally go for a Spire that early versus a Protoss for anything else. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Stargate coming down right away from our orange player, though. So these mutas are not going to be nearly as effective, especially if he can get those up into good numbers. Citadel going down now too, so very interesting build, a build that I am not really familiar with at all here. No Robo and a Stargate. So Robo going to go down now. Okay, so it looks like he is going to maybe start macroing into a little bit more of a normal game here. Just like, yeah, not something I am super used to seeing here. Mr. Teang obviously has adjusted his builds a little bit to fit this map. Maybe this is a better version of the Korean map build here. He has just the slight little adjustments that you have to make so you can yeah, capitalize as much as possible. Do have that Spire going down now. Jose going to add his second extractor. You want to get probably at least 3 extractors going here, but he only has 23 drones. You can see him Overlord supply stuck right now too. Classic Jose noobness. Teang adding 3 more Robos, got his first Corsair out. And so it's looking like he's going to go into heavy Corsair Reaver play with some Speed Zealots. That's all I can guess as of right now. First Overlord going to be taken out there. And yeah, that Jose can't be happy about that, seeing a Corsair before his fire's even done. So he is going to throw down a Hydralisk Den, knowing that, yeah, Mutas probably aren't going to be the best. Mutas don't do too well versus Corsair, unless you can get those Scourges in there before the numbers get too high. But yeah, I do like this. Teang going to come in here. He's going to be able to get a complete scout off on his opponent. Going to take out and be a little bit annoying, maybe cause a spore or two to go up. Just little things that you don't want to be doing as a Zerg this early in the game. Yeah, going to see exactly what's going to go on here. Picking off these Overlords that are spotting for the drops, as he is obviously going to be focusing heavily on the drops. And I think... Okay, no, I don't know. I thought at first maybe he's going to build 3 Robos and then just lift all of his Zealots in there. Maybe he is still going to do that, but I think only see 1 dropship out, so I think there's going to be 2 Reavers here, and he might just try to go through the front. He's going to get 2 Reavers and Speed Zealots, and then just try to break through the front, use the Reavers to break down. What's Jose doing? Jose did build 5 Mutas, which is interesting. I guess he doesn't want to completely waste that Spire, but he is macroing up nicely. He hasn't really fully committed to anything too much, hasn't really taken any damage, so he is in a good spot here. We do see these Corsairs rallying at home just in case there is any kind of Muta harassment coming. Looks like the Mutas are going to come. Still nothing coming out of it. Okay, there are 3 Reavers being built there. For some reason that wasn't showing up the first time. Creep colony coming down here. So Jose's spreading himself out pretty thin here, but he is still doing a pretty good job. Got his nice Overlords on the side here. Those Mutas are just going to pop in, see that there is enough cannons and Corsairs that it's not going to really allow him to get any damage done. And yeah, so far I would say Jose is doing pretty good. It's really going to come down to this first drop here, though. This is really what Teang has been investing heavily in here. Those Zealots from the early game. He does have a lot of Zealots though too, so I really think he's going to go for just a mass Zealot Reaver drop, it looks like, with the Corsairs. Jose getting Hydras out is pretty much what you want to do as a Zerg player. You want to just mass Hydras and Sunkens until you can get Guardians. Versus a Protoss, pretty much, you just want to defend those drops unless you can see some kind of window. Sometimes there's an opportunity for a early Hydra pressure or something like that, but I don't think Teang's going to allow anything like that to happen. Jose going to attempt to push out here with his 7 Mutas and 2 Scourges. Not a bad idea. Might as well try to get something done with those Mutas, because I don't think they're going to do too well until they turn into Guardians. But I don't see a Queen's Nest anywhere, so it doesn't look like Jose is going to be rushing into those Guardians. The Guardians are really, really helpful versus this kind of build. Because, yeah, Reavers will destroy you if they are dropped into your base in high numbers. So we'll see exactly how he is going to go about this attack. It looks like he's just going to load up all of these dropships now with High Templars, Reavers, DTs. And yeah, he's just going to go in for a massive drop here at 8 minutes. And we'll see if Jose can hold on to it. He has to have a pretty good idea of what's going on. 3 more dropships about to come out. So yeah, he's going to just go for a full 7 dropship drop here with... how many Corsairs does he have? 6? I don't know, quite a bit of Corsairs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Corsairs. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to stop. Normally, there is a variation of this build with just Reavers, but that can be a little bit more risky. This is going to be... I like this, yeah. 9 minutes, he's basically maxed, macroing like an absolute boss man right here. Corsair is going to come in here. Let's see if there's a Disruption Web. That'd be pretty ghosty right now. I think he's upgrading Disruption Web. No, not upgrading Disruption Web. Just going to come in here with these Corsairs to buffer and put a nice little thing in here. And these drops are going to come down here, and I feel like this is just going to be GG. I don't think there's nearly enough here for Jose's beautiful drops going down to 17 drones. And yeah, the Reaver's still alive. Actually going to be able to pick them off pretty well, but there's so many more storms. And more storms going down. 9 drones left. Absolutely crushing drop there. DT still alive because those Corsairs took out all of the Overlords. Only no spores. Yeah, so these DTs are going to have a heyday here. Just picking up more and more drones down to 2 drones. This is It's giving me a lot of pleasure to watch this right here. This 1DT destroying that shithead Jose Bose. You are a scrub dub. I love it, yeah. Teang is going to win there with his last couple of DTs. Beautiful. These Overlords finally coming up here. Going to pick that off, but they down to one drone. If he wasn't such an asshole, he would just GG out, but he is going to be a dickhead and try to stay for a bit longer. And yeah, I don't think Teang's going to have any problem with that. He's going to enjoy finishing off Jose. Just another massive drop here. 3 robos constantly building, getting all those upgrades out, constantly coursing Corsairs. I like this build a lot. It's like, yeah, a combo of the mass Corsair Reaver build with the mass drop. It's kind of what you do versus Terran almost, but yeah, there we go. Same name. Jose going to leave, not say GG. And yeah, 1-0 for Mr. Teang the Bang, Korean slaying man. Jump into game number 2. We got a best of 3, I think, here. And yeah, we'll jump into game number 2. Too close to my microphone, so I'm going to move that back. I just watched that first game just to make sure the audio was good. I look kind of homeless because my webcam is way down here. I swear I don't look that homeless, but it's just a real terrible angle. And yeah, hopefully this one is a little bit better quality. You know what I'm saying. And yeah, we're going to see Mr. Teang K, his Zerg. Jose, very strong in this matchup, and I think it's going to be beneficial. I don't know who's going to be more beneficial to. It's going to see the builds. They are cross-spawn, so it is going to eliminate a lot of cheesy builds. A lot of like drop-oriented builds aren't going to be nearly as strong. I think it will give an advantage to the Zerg, but then again, it really comes down to what they're going to go for. We will speed up this beginning because I don't imagine they're going to do anything too crazy here. Jose with some weird depot placement, but nothing too crazy. Do see that spawning pool before Overlord. That is a more standard thing to do. Jose got a little bit greedy in that last game, but it paid off. Again, this isn't going to be a 2-pressure game. I imagine we are going to just see the 3 barracks. He's going to get 2 factories in the middle, and he's going to go for a push. It's going to come down to if the Zerg can get Guardians and or Lurkers in time, maybe hold it with a Mass Hydra Ling. And yeah, it's going to... We're going to see that the early game is what determines the mid and late game. If the Terran can get a nice advantage in the early game, he's going to have a lot easier time. You can actually win as Terran in the early game. It's really Zerg who... is super vulnerable, but again, the Zerg can mass lings and stuff, and he is having a very super ass quick layer. I hate that extractor. Just use the top or the middle one. I don't like that middle. I don't like that middle of the middle. You know, I don't like it. But that's just a weird thing for me. We do see those factories getting outbuilt now. Only a single gas and a single SCV out here, so he's not going to go for. Okay, there he is. He's going to go for the double. He does need to get that second gas, though, unless he gets an academy, and that's he's going to try to break. But this is a little bit later than you want. That layer is a little bit quicker. These Lings just keeping a peek out here. Want to push these Marines back so they don't start targeting the Sunken Colony, which is just out of range. Very nice here by Jose picking that off. These Lings going to try to do what they can, but that is going to go down. Getting that second factory very, very close to him. Needs to get that second gas down. There he goes. And everything looking good here. I think this drone is waiting to put down that Spire. Canceled that Creep Colony. I'm going to reposition it a little bit so it's alive. Layer is done, and Spire is up at 355. Before the 4-minute mark, that is an incredibly fast Spire here. We do see that Academy going to go up, so Jose is going to have Medic Marines getting that Engineering Bay, which he wants to float in here to see the scouting, build another Engineering Bay to help with the tanks. This is all the super, super duper standard Terran build. This is a build that everybody who is in the high level fastest knows to the T, the exact timings of everything. But there is also little adjustments that you can do, like getting the medics. Some people choose not to get the medics and get a quicker vessel and Academy, or a quicker vessel and Eradicate. But I prefer getting the medics as well, because you can really just pressure in with that push here. No Queen's Nest, so it looks like Teang is going to go for just the mutas, and this is what I mean. This build isn't is a lot more effective if he's right beside the Terran player. But having to get the mutas all the way back, he isn't going to be able to defend and attack at the same time. Going to have to either choose one or the other, which is going to make those mutas a lot less valuable. And yeah, right now I think since there is no Queen's Nest, I do not think Jose is going to lose to just Muta Micro. I think he is going to be good enough to keep his Marines and Medics in. I don't see a starport down though either, so this is a little bit of a wonky version of this build here, and he's built only one engineering base. Mutas are going to be out now, so I still don't think Jose knows that it's mutas yet, unless of course he's just turning on his map hacks, which we're all very suspicious of, and he did at least at one point in his life half. Tanks are going to start pounding away here, and still no mutas out. No starport, which I'm a little concerned about. You usually do want a starport versus these mutas, but I guess if you have enough Marines and you not against that many sunken, maybe you could just break and kill him here. First mutas are going to come out, and he's going to have to micro these like a boss man. No Marines protecting the tanks yet, so he is actually going to be able to pick these off, which is a good start. If you can reduce that tank count, or just prevent them from moving forward, and right now you're just trying to buy yourself as much time as possible. You want to try to shrink this army down. I don't know what he's going to go for. I imagine it's just going to be mutalings now. There still is no Queen's Nest out, so he's not going to go for Guardians, which I think would be a good idea. But still no starport either. So Jose playing very strong macro, but if this push does not kill Teang, I think he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But fortunately for him, there is hardly any more sunkers, no lurkers in sight, and just mutas. And mutas are not, or maybe they will. I don't know. It's really effing close here. There is not that many Marines back here, and Teang is somehow really closing the gap in supply here, amazingly, off of 4 hatcheries right now. Not a single sunken down. He just has his mutas here, so he is 100% going, or depending on his micro here, trying to get another sun colony down here. Yeah, he does need some sun colony. He needs to slow this down here, but he can't lose these drones either. These Marines coming in here, I think they both have a range and stim. No, range is not done yet. Just stim in here. These mutas are going to try to jump on top of here, but the mutas number is so small. The Marine number is also pretty tiny, but looks like there's just enough medics here. 5 medics is going to save the day here. Jose getting in a turret out here. 2 tanks still plowing away. Reinforcements still streaming in here. Teang down to 22 workers. I think he really needed to win that battle there. Down to 4 mutas. Only Koreans can get something done with 4 mutas. Very nice micro here. Doing everything he can, but he's got nothing at home. He has no chance to build any drones. He just has to, no chance to build any defense. He has to keep building mutas, since that last attack went so wrong. And yeah, Jose just going to take his time to come in here. I don't think he has to rush too much. But at the same time, I feel like you're always rushing. You're trying to get him in there as quick as you said. But GG is going to be called, and Jose is going to take that. Going to get a pretty solid win. I think that is a more Teang fucking up than Jose playing exceptionally well. But yeah, fucking Jose, he got the dub. So rare dub versus Mr. Teang. Usually Koreans are only losing as Zerg. I don't think a single Korean has lost of Protoss, but I'll have to double check that. But yeah, we'll jump into game number 3, see how she goes. Booyakasha, game number 3, and we got Jose, Protoss, Teang, K as the Terran. Let's see if Mr. 10K is going to go for that factory build. I would like to see that. Yeah, it's just a little bit more exciting than the old factor, the old barracks. 3 barracks, 5 barracks, whatever. I think that there's a small little window in Terran versus Protoss that you can get something done in that early game with just Marines medics. But I would rather see the Korean style tanks. And I think we are going to see that, as typically Koreans do like to go for that barracks first. I think we are going to see a geyser go down, but maybe not. No. Oh, no. Okay. No, he's just going to do the non-Korean open here and go for the depot first. A little disappointed there, 10K, but I guess he's learning the ways of the less balanced, fastest map here. Looks like the old shithead's gonna go for a Nexi first. I think just by his gateway placement or his pylon placement, he's gonna go for 4 gateways after this. And his Nexus placement looks like he's gonna go for the triple Nexus, the Hydra build, but we shall see. I do not like. Actually, no, I guess that's pretty standard. The Forge and then Gateway. So this is a more normal build if this is what he tends to do. He's going to be a little scared bitch, though, and put a pylon up at his choke, though. He is scared. And wow, look at that. He went Depot, Barracks, Command Center. So I like that. I like that a lot. It's I would like it now if he just went right into gas, into factory. That'd be even more balls to the walls insane and would just shit right on Jose's strategy right now. But yeah, he's just going to go into the 3 barracks, which I don't mind at all either. I do like that early command center. I think that you definitely can get away with that versus Protoss, who's basically always going Nexus first now. Don't nearly see that mid build as much anymore. Both players going around scout here. The probe is going to locate his opponent and know that he is Terran. So he's going to be happy that he built that little bitch wall up at his front. And yeah, Mr. Teang's going to be happy that he went CC first because he's pretty positive that the Protoss went for a Nexi first, even though he hasn't scouted. Do see another pylon going down, a core, and 2 assimilators. Academy going down here for the Terran. So yeah, it looks like we're going to not have anything too crazy in the early game. I don't think Teang quite has an opportunity to apply any pressure, but he's going to set himself up in a nice position here for that mid to late game. And Jose, he's not going to be too bad of a spot either. We'll see exactly what he's going to go for. Going to get a Citadel of a Dune. So it looks like he's probably going to go for maybe quick DTs. Could just be the quick. Could just be the standard speed zealot, or just to get the Templar of Archives as well. Not completely sure yet because Jose doing this weird ass build, even putting his buildings over here. Very strange stuff. But whatever. We do see the rowboat down. Nothing yet from Mr. Teang K, the Korean Ogosu Bosu, winner of, or first place, I guess, not winner, because there's a tournament coming up. I do see that Templar of Archives being thrown down. So yeah, I think he's probably going to make like 1 DT and then just go right into the Templar drops. Need to do a lot of drops. Look at Mr. Jose being even more of a scared little bitch and putting on 2 more cannons down here. He has no idea that it was a Nexus first, but actually no, those 2 cannons are going to be a good idea because it looks like Mr. Teang K is going to attempt to break. I do know that the Koreans love to stim forward their Marine medics and then, or like attack with their Marine medics and then stim their fire bats to do a run by. I think that is what we're going to see here. I think we're going to see stimming the Marines to get them. No, okay, no, there's a nice little wall here. So yeah, not going to be able. No holes to slip those fire bats. But I guarantee that's what Mr. Teang K was thinking right there. You could see that he did not stim his fire bats right away. They were in a separate hotkey, so it looks like he was going to try to get them to run by, but to no avail. Jose must have died to that already a few times. So yeah, he's going to know better. That's why he built those extra cannons. Alright, Jose. Maybe it wasn't as big of a bitch move as I thought. Looks like he's going to go for a DT drop, and this could actually do some work here. Just getting his turret. No turrets at all here. So he's just going to be relying on Comstat. He has 2 scans. He will have 2 scans by the time this comes, but if Jose can micro, he can get some hella damage done here. Even going to drop it off right at the edge here. Very nice here. He has to split them up, though. No turrets. So he had to throw some turrets down, too. He's a while from his vessels coming out here, and he is splitting them up pretty nicely. into 2 spots. First scan gonna go down. Jose does trap 1 DT, but the other DT does get out, so that is very good. He's not gonna have a 3rd scan for a while. The DT is gonna be able to attack. Still, no turrets back at home. Why the fuck isn't he building turrets? He's not built a single turret since he's known this has been happening. Gonna just try to rely on the scans. The Koreans can be so greedy sometimes for no real apparent reason. DTs are gonna get work done now. And yeah, okay, the second scan gonna go down, but on the one down here, he does pick it off, thankfully. But this Zealot is, or this DT is still gonna be alive, picking off these SCVs. There's gonna be another like 20 seconds, 30 seconds for that to come up. I have no idea why he didn't build a turret. It blows my mind. They're now building 2 turrets, like 3 minutes into this attack, and more DTs. Jose did all that. Well, he dropped more DTs in here, so this could be GG. Finally, he gets that scan down, and he is going to pick off 2. If he picks off all 3 of them, oh my goodness, he almost picked off all 3 of them there. And yeah, now his turrets are up. So Jose had a pretty big opportunity there to get something done, and he didn't capitalize quite as much as he could have if he had. I think if the positions were reversed, I think Teang would have just won the game right there if this was Jose's turn. But then again, I think Jose would have built some more turrets a lot quicker back at his main base. So yeah, whatevs. We can only really speculate on what's going on here. Do see the first High Templar drop coming out here, but we do have the Wraith, a common counter for the Koreans. They like to get the Wraith or the Valkyries and just pick off those drops as they come in. They don't like to rely on the static defense, but of course you do have to get those turrets down because you can't be paying attention all the time, and you know for a fact that the drops are going to be coming in for the next, whatever, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. For the rest of the effing game, you're going to be getting dropped here. First drop going to come in here, going to be spotted, picked off immediately. And yeah, we're just going to see Mr. Teang K just turtle for a little bit. He did take a little bit of damage, and I don't think he's completely exactly clear on what his opponent's full strategy is yet. So he's just going to get his 3rd Nexus down now, 3rd Command Center, getting 1 Engineering Bay upgrading, going to start massing up those factories, get those armories down for his upgrades. So yeah, 10K, I don't think he's the kind of guy you want to give a lot or too much time to as a Terran, because I think his Terran is a strong, his late game Terran. We do see a scan go down. I don't know exactly where it went, but it looks like Jose is just loading off of 1 single robo here, adding 3 more. Gonna have a total of 4 robos here, adding a lot of cannons around his base. He's still vulnerable to a drop. We do see go through a couple of raids come in here and going to pick off these drop ships. Absolutely love that. Yeah, just why not? Why the F not? Pick them off before they can even get to your base. Yeah, beautiful move there by Teang. That's going to be 1 drop, delayed by a lot. And yeah, it looks like Jose's main plan right now is just to drop. He does not have many depots, just adding a bunch of robos here. Jose's all over the place here. His build, you can tell, is not nearly as calculated and like timed out as Teang's last build was. Because we are at the 9:30 minute mark, and Jose is only at 166 supply. If you remember, Teang was maxed and had like 8 dropships ready to go with 10 Corsairs. So I liked Teang's version of this build a lot better. Jose, yeah, not doing this as well as he could. Let me just say that. And obviously, he's not doing bad yet. Like, he is not far behind. He just hasn't gotten the damage done that he could have. If he just microed those DTs a little bit better. He did invest a lot of gas and minerals into those DTs, which delayed all of these robos and probably all of his upgrades and everything a lot. So he really needed to get more done with those DTs, and I really think he did have an opportunity. But yeah, Teang, like a boss, defended it, getting another command center down. So I wonder if this is just for more scans or if he's going to try to get a nuke. I don't see a science facility anywhere yet. Unless I be tripping. Science facility, science facility, science facility. No science facility. So no, I don't think he's going for nukes or anything yet. But that also could be just a later game plan. Nope, never mind. Just gonna get another ComSat station, or as everyone likes to say, ComStat, right? ComStat, 2 T's. Yeah, so right now I think it is Jose is on a bit of a timer. He's gonna have to do something. Doesn't have many gateways, has no expansion, has no map presence except for now he does have 2 probes on the map that he is going to try to start taking over the map, but Teang K is maxed. I don't even know where all of his units are. But he is maxed, and I imagine he is going to push out soon. Probably after this attack. I don't know if Jose is going to attack or if he's just going to try to get mass in the middle here. Building 5 pylons like an absolute weirdo. And look at these beautiful rays out here again, using the cloaked rays and gonna get Jose to storm himself. Oh man, I love it. Beautiful here by Teang K. I love it. And Jose's gonna have to try to push in here, or else he's just gonna die to these cloaked rays. No observers in sight. Gonna try to get these cannons down here, but yeah, just getting picked apart now by what is that? 2, 4, 6, 7 rays? 9 rays? You don't see rays usually taking out entire Protoss ground armies, but then again, we haven't watched Teang K play very much. Does have a lot of Valkyries out here too, ready. Yeah, I think Teang K is almost giving Jose too much credit here. He should know that Jose is a bit of a noob since he's just killing him with race right now. He is going to move out now, and I think Jose is just going to be dead. I don't see what Jose could possibly do here. I guess he could possibly just hold this because Teang K just doesn't have the factory yet. This is actually unfortunate. A bit unfortunate there. He's going to pull those back. You don't really want to be fighting Marines into cannons. Yeah, let the tanks do that. But yeah, you're going to add a lot more factories down here, lifting up those barracks. He's done with the barracks units, and yeah, he's just going to be massing now. He has a pretty good gas. Going to probably add a couple more geysers. That's actually really surprising that he doesn't have all these geysers going mech Terran. Usually you want all of them, all those gas as Terran. I'm sure he will get them. But, yeah, he's going to have to build a lot more vultures than he would like. Just a bunch of nonsense here going on up front. I don't know what Jose's game plan is here. Now he's just building massing cannons in the middle of the map. Which, I guess is fine. You do want to do that eventually. I think Jose needs more gateways. Though. I don't understand what his plan is. It looks like he's going to go for a mass Reaver drop right now. Try to snipe that main out. There's hardly any defense except for these Valkyries at the main here, which is just a classic Korean thing. They don't like to build any more static defense than they absolutely have to. Sometimes to their own detriment, like those DTs earlier. Kind of reminds me of like Maru in StarCraft 2, just never building a fucking bunker and a turret, even though like all he has to do to win. Like the only time he loses is because he gets like cheese something. Just build a single turret and you'll win the game because you're better than them. But he just won't sometimes, and that's just like the classic Korean attitude. I could build one turret and be safe, or I could micro 358 PM and use my scans and save myself just in case that one turret doesn't get built. Again, picking off these High Templars, picking off that probe. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Laying more mines here. Yeah, Teang K playing this very, very nicely. Finally getting all those gas, so now he is going to be able to afford to start pushing out here. The drop for Mr. Puze coming in here. Valkyrie's going to target those drop ships and absolutely annihilate them before they have a chance of doing anything. The magic number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Valkyries. That seems to be the magic number. Going to lay some turrets down there. Instantly taking that drop out. And yeah, Jose, he's got nothing right now. He's literally got nothing. Teang can keep scanning to make sure that he knows exactly what's going on. There will be no surprises. Jose going to try to go into the starports, but I don't think he has enough gateways to do this. A big problem with a lot of Protoss is they'll transition too early. But maybe he has enough here, but I just don't think he has enough gateways. His base just feels so empty, not an optimized base at all. He does have the minerals to do it. Gonna go for another massive Reaver drop here. Let's see where those. Oh, we do see scans go down. I imagine he scanned that. Let's see how yeah, he definitely scanned that drop. Reacting nicely, bringing some tanks up just in case. Does have 2 siege there. but he's going to have these things targeting the dropships once again, just ignoring the Corsairs, and blam, one shot takes him out. So easy. This matchup can be so easy, eh? Hey, Mr. Teang K, you making it look like it ain't no thing. But I think Jose, yeah, his major mistake this game is just not math. You have to mass ground units. You have to keep the Terran on his toes. Like, the most common strategy, right, is just massing gateways so you can have just 200 armies constantly and just try to break the Terran that way. But if you're going to go for drops, I think you have to follow up with a mass ground before you go into the middle. DTs are going to try to come out here. But, yeah, Teang just decided not to build any vessels. So he does have a couple vessels, but just going to rely on his 10 comm stats that he has over here. And, yeah, I think Jose doesn't nearly have enough to do anything here. Going to try to get some carriers, pumping 4 carriers out here, but don't think that's going to be nearly enough. Don't think they're going to be there in time. Don't think it's going to be enough. Those Valkyries can just one-shot him. And, yeah, I think Mr. Jose, he's running out of time right now. The whole middle was taken out in 2 seconds. He's scanning constantly. I almost want to unvision Jose just to see all those scans that he's going down. So yeah, he just scanned the front there. We can just watch from his view actually from now on anyway. I don't know if he saw that over there or not, but yeah, gonna scan again. Scan the main here. See exactly what's going on here. Does see that carriers are a possibility. See that there are a couple cannons around the main here. Nice little defense matrix down on here. I'll like it a lot. And yeah, I think Jose is Dunsky. Cannons can only buy you so much time. You need a fucking army, bud. Yeah, not even sieging up anymore. Just gonna start walking in here. Just, yeah, ready to go. Alright, let's just take a peek at what Jose's doing. Yeah, just trying to build carriers. Sending a couple back here. We'll see if Teang K scans that sooner than later. Jose just, yeah, trying to hang on for his life, massing up cannons in classic foreigner style. Using cannons to compensate for a lack of APM and map awareness and abilities. And yeah, you're going to have to get some perfect storms off. It'd be nice if you just EMP'd that right there. 1 storm, terrible. 2 storms, not that good. You somehow managed to botch both of those storms, and now 4 carriers are going to come in here. Going to run into that storm, take some damage on their shield. I'm probably going to see those Valkyries come on and down and kill these 2 carriers. These 2 cloaked carriers, excuse me. And yeah, this is just GG. Valkyrie's coming in, gonna clean that up, and there is nothing left for Jose. Jose's carriers were his last chance. Gonna scan more. See that more carriers are coming in, so he's gonna be alright, really. There is an expo of Stargates somewhere. But I just don't think it matters. These tanks are gonna come in here. Maybe he does. Maybe he's able to max enough carriers in time. Maybe. Jose is max. He did pick off a vessel there. And, okay, there is some DTs out here. But, yeah, I think he's just going to be able to defend this with the Goliaths here. And the Valkyries. Tanks going down. Nice target. Not going to waste his time on the interceptors. Continuing to push these tanks forward. Needs to get to that main. 1 shot on those probes, then he will be a dead faux show. Jose, though, really not giving up. But yeah, I think it's done the second he can reach those minerals. Jose is not going to be able to build anything, and therefore will be forced to leave the game, probably without saying GG. But yeah, these tanks, and there we go, we do see that leave, and Teang K just shitting right on Jose's face. And yeah, making him look, his Protoss look pretty noob. And yeah, okay, so yeah, Teang K, pretty good, pretty impressed with him. He is in this tournament coming up. I guess actually, you know what? We can take a little gander at that right now. Why don't we? Yeah, let's take a look. Mandigo pooping tomorrow, Dijon noon or whatever. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, we got Group 1, Teang, Resound, JH. Group 2, Dingo, Fujibayashi, and Lovely Rabbit. I imagine he's a Korean. I don't know who the F that is. Hydra, Jose, and Scan. So yeah, all three incredible groups, and we will be watching that, casting it, all that good stuff. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment below. Tell me how much you missed me. Tell me some compliments. And say hello, GG. Yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.